Peace. Thanks for tuning in. As you can see from the thumbnail, this is a salute to one of the great ancestors, Patrice Lumumba, who was born on this day in 1925. The same year Malcolm was born in 1925. Um yeah, it's gonna be a short video, but I just I'm sure there's so much that I don't know about him, about his history and his struggle and everything. Um, but I recall around like 2006, 2007, I began to like study him to some extent, and and again, I know I don't know everything. And then in 2008, I was in Harlem. I was on 125, like right in front of the Adam Clayton Powell State Office building, and a brother was vending out there. He had DVDs, and I asked for a DVD about Patrice Lumumba, and the second I asked for the DVD, he gave me this really strange look. Like it's like, man, do you realize what you're getting into? Like that kind of look he gave me. Anyway, I watched the DVD back then, and I wish I still had it, but because I don't recall much of it. But one thing I recall from that DVD that stood out, the narrator said something. He said that though he had an entourage, he was alone. He was speaking about Patrice Lumumba, of course, and that always stood out to me. Though he had an entourage, he was still alone. And considering the circumstances surrounding his death or his assassination, I should say, um it's it always bothered me. Meaning that that's one of the things I noticed. I mean, that happened back during that period, right? I mean, before that, and even up to the present day, is that like the colonial powers, the oppressor, whatever you want to call them, it's like they're always able to exploit the um the tribalism that exists among us as black people. I mean, just throughout the here in America, continental Africa, throughout the Caribbean, it's like they've always been able to exploit the tribalism, and it's like this the case with Patrice Lumumba's assassination. I mean, is testament to that. I mean, it's like one of the greatest examples of that, because how could any how could any Congolese, despite whatever differences or beefs or whatever dispute you have with them, it's like how could you in any way assist your common oppressor in in facilitating his assassination? I mean, that's it's mind boggling. But I mean, that's just, again, it's a reality I have to acknowledge, and I know nothing I say was going to change it. I'm just, but I'm not going to be I can't be foolish and act as if it doesn't exist, because it's and again, I know nothing I say will change it. But that's just that's just some of my thoughts on the great ancestor. And I'm gonna I'm gonna oh, and I read something too that I guess I came across a story that I hadn't read before, about what, let me not go into that now, but how long past, nah, I'm not gonna go into that. I'll I'm gonna bring this to a close. Thanks for tuning in, and peace.